Hello there friends, my name is Linda Dolke and I'm a demonstrator with Stampin'Up in Australia. Today I'm going to be doing this cool little card with you. I love this card. I just think it's so classy and it just works so well. In fact, it even got featured over on Stampin' Up's Instagram page the other day on their story, so a bit exciting. I'm by popular demand doing it today, and this is actually the baby wipe technique. So this is actually a really old technique, been done many times, and I'm doing it again for you today. But in case you haven't seen it before, I'll go through the supplies that we need. This is actually my card base. This is Pear Pizzazz, and I'm just going to fold that in half. As we go through today, I'm going to show you which items are retiring. Our retirement list came out this week, so there are a number of items that I'm using that are not going to be around for long, but they're still available at the time of this video being recorded. Then I've got a piece of white, just plain white cardstock, which fits just inside our card base. Okay, so just measured slightly smaller. Okay, so I'm going to be stamping on this. The stamp set we're using today is the beautiful Butterfly Brilliance stamp set. You can see I've got it already here on the block ready to go, but this is the stamp set. And we are doing a really simple technique. Like I said, it's the baby wipe technique. Now normally I would prepare my baby wipe in a paper plate, but because this is such a big stamp, I need something really flat. So for this, I'm actually going to use my Stamparatus plate. I find that works quite well. So let's get the card and the paper just out of the way for a moment. Obviously you're going to need baby wipes, so whatever baby wipes you have. I've just got a few alcohol-free ones here, not that it really matters. And you're just going to fold your baby wipe in half and then half again, and just pop it right there on the plate. Okay, now I'm using three colours. The colours I'm using are Pear Pizzazz, which is from our Subtles range, and the Pretty Peacock and Seaside Spray re-inkers, which are actually from our retiring in colours, 2019 to 2021 in colours. At time of this being recorded, they're still available, but I imagine these re-inkers will sell out really fast because they are being discontinued. So I'm going to start by using whichever colour I think. Now, the more of the lighter colours I use, obviously the overall lighter effect. If I use more of the Pretty Peacock, it's going to be an overall darker effect because that's our darkest colour. But I'm going to start here with some Seaside Spray. I love this colour. I will really quite miss it. It's a bit sad. I'm just randomly dripping the re-inker all over. And then I'm going to also add some Pretty Peacock in between there. There's no, you don't have to worry about how much or what pattern or any of that. I'm not going to put quite as much of the Pretty Peacock on, only because it's a darkish colour, so we don't need as much of that. Okay, ready to go. All I'm going to do, and like I said, you're going to need a nice flat base for this, is ink up my butterfly stamp. I'm sorry if it's shaking. I'm just going to do it in the air so it doesn't shake the camera, but normally you do it on the table. And you can see how this is looking. I'm just making sure that I get a good bit of colour all over. All right, just like that. Now I'm going to grab my piece of white that we've cut to size earlier, and I'm going to place it straight down on my piece of, onto my stamp. And then I'm also going to grab a piece of scrap paper. Let's go here, pop this down, and just run my fingers over the back of the paper to make sure that it's making good contact with the stamp. Super easy to do. Okay, and then I'm going to lift that off carefully, and then you should be able to see this beautiful multicolored impression that I'm left with. So simple to do, and then you can use that little makeshift stamp pad that you've made several times over and over. You can add more color if you want to make it darker. You just knock yourself out and use it as many times as you like while it's still damp, of course. Alright, so let's put this together. Very simple. If you would like to beef up your colour a little bit, something you can do is come in with a Wink of Stella pen, which is something I use quite a lot, and just by adding a little bit more of that over your butterflies, not only do you make them glittery, but you're going to actually make the colour jump out a little bit more. Doesn't make a lot of difference though. It's certainly not a necessary thing to do, but some people just like that little extra bit of sparkle anyway. Just doing it quickly, but it won't take long. And I'm being quite rough with it. There's no... But you can see it just brings out this bit of colour a little bit more. Totally optional though. Alright, so now that I've done this, I'm actually ready to go. I do have my Pretty Peacock ink pad sitting here, which I am going to do my sentiment with in a second, but I'm just going to, you could use a sponge, or you can just run your paper gently around just to edge it slightly. And that just gives my paper just a nice finished edge. There we go, just like that. Once again, a subtle thing, but just makes it look a little bit finished. And then I'm actually going to pop some adhesive on the back. I'm using our seal, which is a pretty new product, hasn't been around that long. And we're going to pop that onto our green card base. Now to finish off this card, I have used one of the shapes from our Stitch Shape dies. These are not retiring. They're going to be in the new catalogue, which comes out in May. And I love them. I think they're one of my most favourite little stitch shapes. Oh, I have an extra bonus ant crawling across my stitch shapes. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have some stitched rectangles there and some other lovely little label shapes, which are just fantastic for adding to all kinds of card fronts. So I've used it here behind my hello as like a little accent piece. I've also got a piece of the Pretty Peacock scalloped ribbon, which is also retiring, of course, seeing as the colour is going. That means everything in this is in that colour is also going. So all right, that's about right. So I'm going to cut that off here and just give the other end a little bit of a sloping edge. All right, so I'm going to pop some seal gently onto the back of my ribbon. Actually, I'm almost down to the very last of this ribbon, and I'm a little bit sad to see it go, but I'm glad to be able to use it all up. So that's awesome. Just like that. This piece that might actually be a little bit long. I might just go a little bit shorter. Yeah, that's better. All right, then this piece here, I'm going to pop some dimensionals behind. It's pretty on the other side too, isn't it? Love, love, love this paper. The paper, this DSP, has sold out. No longer available. I believe that's in North America and certainly here in the South Pacific as well. Certainly Australia, it's sold out completely. So, it's a bit sad. All right, and then finally, the hello that I've used here is from the Good Morning Magnolia set. You can see the hello right there. It's a two-piece set. This is retiring. This one is going. So it's only available while stocks last now, and then it's gone. Pull the hello out. Pop it on a block. And I'm going to use my Pretty Peacock ink. I've just been looking at this. I do actually think I prefer it a little bit darker with a little bit more of the Pretty Peacock in it. I think it looks a little better, but it's still lovely. Still nice. Then I'm just going to pop my hello here on a piece of white, and I'm going to punch it out with my 1.5 inch circle punch. Guess what, guys? Circle punches. These are retiring. No more circle punches, they're going. So if you do need circle punches or you need to complete your size collection, then go check them out, because once they're gone, they're gone. All right, so now a couple more dimensionals, because I love dimensionals on everything. And there we go, just a simple cool little card that's really no trouble to make. Very, very easy. I think I do prefer a little bit darker like this one here, but it still looks good, right? And that's it. So if there's any of these items that you haven't checked out yet, go do yourself a favor. Check out the retiring list. I'll put the link in the description below. It's very easy to do your shopping online. All you need is a credit card. Just set up an account. Once you've done that, it's always there and you can go and do your shopping anytime. But do check out the retiring list. Some items are marked down. Not everything is marked down, but some items are marked down up to 75%, which is mind-blowing. This, like, I was just astounded at some of the things they've put on sale at 60 and 75%. Just amazing. And of course, if you're a demonstrator, you're going to get your 20% discount on top of that. Okay, so definitely talk to me about being a demonstrator if you haven't already thought about that, because that's just such good value. It's fantastic. All right, so I will see you all soon. Do check back again. I won't be here on Sunday night for my live as usual, as I'm traveling to attend a funeral, but please understand that I will be back, and I'm so sorry I will miss you on Sunday night, but I'll be back again soon. Bye.